It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Lifelong dreams being elevated. Leave a nigga face down like he meditating. Growing up, trepidation in my locale. Hearing 40 cal, know somebody need resuscitation. I describe myself, nothing define me. Paper cut sharp, origami. Business in the iPhone, biting the apple like Shinigami. Death notes, every bar's like a homie. I'm the Clyde with a Bonnie. Rhythmalism, I'm too quick. New scripts, I'm producing them daily like news clips. Roof prints, give me all of the beef, I'm a sous chef. Homies had them 8 balls for the green like a pool stick. I learn my ingredients as I get older, more lenient. We use bitch niggas to be convenient. Need more cash, that's immediate, expedient. My experience teaching what I couldn't get from PBS. Freedom of the finance, read a pie graph, I take my pride back. Flip the color like a Mike Jack, niggas ain't like that. Take a name like it's Iraq, you diss me? Might stab a nigga with a wine glass, it's risky. Might crash, don't invite me to the function. I smash niggas pumpkins, all together conjunction. Southside nigga cooking up like it's a luncheon. We don't need a studio to get you niggas punched in. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Sunday. Y'all know, man, we here to talk about Kendrick Lamar popping out at the Clipse show last night in LA. All right, this is a very big mother effing deal. Y'all know the type of run that Kendrick's been on for the last year. The tour, the Grand National Tour that he's been on all year. Dominating, sold out stadium tour, busting it in every fucking city and state. You know what I'm saying? Doing international dates, all of that stuff. The tour is still not over yet, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Got more dates coming. Got Schoolboy coming out. Doechii coming out later in the year. Like, man, got big things going on. But he made some time out of his schedule to show out in LA for the Clipse. Now, remember, Kendrick ain't popped out on nobody else's stage in quite some time, man. Last stage he popped out on for somebody else was what? Beyonce during the pandemic? Renaissance tour? You know what I mean? But everything else that he's done has been his own shit. He ain't even popped out for goddamn Metro and Future. They did a whole tour doing like that. That nigga said, I'm gonna do like that on my tour. You know what I'm saying? But he popped out for the Clipse though. You know what I mean? I didn't even know any of this stuff was going on at the time. I was out to dinner with my lady, you know, my wife. Son came back home, you know what I mean? So we was handling other things family-wise. And I'm like, yo, now that's a winner right there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and pull up the footage. I got two different angles. One is of from like the side angle, and I got another one of behind Kendrick while he's performing, where you can see the crowd. You can see Malice and Pusha standing up on these platforms, because I didn't know they were like standing up on platforms. I was wondering why they weren't moving when I saw the first video. But this shit is fire, man. You get your first tandem performance of Chains and Whips with everybody on stage. This is fire.
I seen your ass back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip-hop got again. Half of my profits may go to rock him. How many Judases did it let me down? But fucking the West mind, we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me how to give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide, I'm generous. I have you one and I be the gentle kind. Gentlemen's occasions connect the agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here, the shit get gentrified. Heavy G's like Genovese. I pop you vinegar, then show up at your gender reveal. And tell them give me mine, I son niggas, I am the general. With my gin and juice, every song in the book of Genesis, but the sonic boom. Niggas want the T on me, well here's the general. I generate residuals, bitch, get off my genitals. Nigga wouldn't reach Gen Z, you fucking dickheads, you must be full of that gene scene. Here comes the G shit, they just synthetics, been synthetics, slimming they genius. Finger wave, they all fall, niggas is G-gut. God give me life, a good year full of free will. Trump card, tell me not to spray your life, motherfucker.
Now on this one, you could really hear the crowd erupt when that nigga stepped out that motherfucking back panel. And them niggas went crazy out in LA, man. Boy, I wish I was there for this one. They singing the motherfucking words too. Yeah, I like that. I don't give a fuck. Last time you said that, I was crazy, right? I was tripping, right? But now, you right. I am crazy. I don't give a fuck.
Make some noise for the motherfucking Clipse and AZ tonight. This is our own city, such a privilege to be in front of motherfucking legend, man. Nice. Push it. I'm gonna be out here watching with y'all. These motherfucking people for the
I love that shit, man. I love that shit, man. Not only giving them a feature on their album returning back to form 15, 16 years later, whatever it is, but also coming out on stage, rocking with them, getting in it, you know what I'm saying? Smaller venue, intimate venue, and coming out and rocking and giving the people something that they couldn't have even fucking imagined was gonna happen. Yeah, I'm sure there were some people out there that were, wondering, hoping. But they like, man, that nigga, he doing all types of shit. He got all types of other responsibilities. Nigga really popped out, man. You know what I'm saying? Gave them their credit as legends. Said, I'm about to come into the crowd and watch the rest of the motherfucking show like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to be in the presence of what y'all doing. I'm not here to distract. I'm not here to try to take it over. I'm not here to try to steal y'all moment. I'm just contributing. And now I get to enjoy it with everybody else. So still maintaining that spirit of humility, still carrying on, the person that we've seen him consistently be since he came out. Yeah, he liked to ruffle niggas' feathers. He liked to get niggas stirred up a little bit. He liked to put his bid in for being the GOAT. But at the same time, amongst the people that he actually looked up to and appreciated and learned from, and people he pulled cues from when getting this thing together, he still shows love, reverence, and respect to those guys. And you gotta applaud that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's super dope. And not only was Kendrick there, on stage and in attendance, but you also had AZ Chik was there, Ab-Soul was there last night. For anybody still wondering, Ab-Soul, Kendrick. Everybody was in the building in attendance, man. Let's move forward, man. We're about to enter a whole nother year shortly. All right, let's get ourselves together. Let's gather ourselves. All right. But once again, salute on that, man. And pertaining to AZ Chik, he made an announcement. I think he said that his album is on the way, if I'm not mistaken. He says his album will be released before Camp Flog Gnaw, because he will be there. I think the show is November 15th. So he says his album will be out before that date. So we're going to actually get AZ Chik's official debut album very soon as well. Just going to throw that out there. Now, circling back to the Clipse, right? The Clipse, they definitely reinvigorated a lot of energy this year. They definitely have been a massive part of hip-hop's cultural reset, as some people have dubbed it, you know what I mean, in 2025. We've been seeing elder statesmen popping back out, putting new music out, getting back on the scene, getting back in the mix. A lot of those guys have been signing with Nas, Mass Appeal, or doing partnerships with Mass Appeal. We saw Slick Rick pop out this year. We saw Raekwon pop out this year. Ghostface just dropped an album. And the guys are giving a lot of this credit to the Clipse, as a matter of fact. There's video out there of both Eric Sermon, who's preparing an album, basically saying that the energy that he has going into his album is being inspired by the Clipse. Ghostface Killer, who has Supreme Clientele 2 out right now, which is actually pretty solid. If you're a Ghostface Killer fan, I mean, it's what you would expect, man. The Wizard of Poetry, man. It's Ghostini out this motherfucker. I think it could use a little bit better production on there. But outside of that, I mean, he's rapping his motherfucking ass off on there, for real, for real. But even he has an interview out with DJ Who Kid right now, where he gives it up and salutes the Clipse for, you know what I mean, bringing that energy back. And of course, being able to see them do over 100K first week, being guys that debuted in what year was that? 2000, 2001, 2002, some shit like that. In 2025, having the biggest or second biggest debut of their career. That's fucking huge. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up these clips of all pun intended, of Ghostface, and I'm also gonna pull up the clip of Eric Sermon giving them their just due.
You don't have to be like those type of artists that gotta assimilate with what's going on every year.
Right.
There's a new thing. You guys are like in your own box.
Yeah. You gotta stay there. And that's what the people is like. When you hear the Clipse and Ray dropped his album, and I'm looking at these people like talk, and they like, yo, I'm glad y'all just did that. Like, yo, I'm glad y'all Clipse did this, and Ray's on it like this, and this and that and the third. So it's like
never changed up.
It's like, and at the same time, when you're so used to hearing one thing and you hear something that you was loved, like, it's like, damn, I was used to eat this pound cake, nigga, you know what I mean? And you finally get it after you ain't have it for so long. It's like, it's hitting to you. Like, oh shit, yo, yeah, it's back. I want that. I missed that. And that's just what it is.
I think this is the year of the legacy artists are just like kicking ass. All that TikTok shit and
I think so too.
Immediate hits.
I think so too.
I can't remember last year's hit where I can remember a song from you from like 30 years ago, man.
Right.
I don't know. The young guys can't handle it, man. Do you see a legacy artist like in the next 10, 20 years? I mean, obviously we got the Kendricks, we got these guys, Griselda, Clipse, but they're offspring. They're offspring
I know what
of
you mean.
Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? But all these like mumble rappers and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's because time is always changing. I don't know if those kind of guys are trying to get in and trying to get into where we at. What they type is, because that's what might be happening next. They might get you might take a Kodak Black and you put him on a straight hip hop beat.
Oh,
you know what I mean? If his style is right, he might kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like Kodak too, but you know he might kill it. You just never know. It might start going into those realms. Like it just seemed like it should just be evolving into other things. But you know,
and just to jump in here, I mean, 2 Chainz is kind of, you know, he's been kind of setting the precedent from taking it, because you know he was a big part of the trap strip club movement in the early 2010s. Man, I love them stripper. You know what I mean? But in recent years, he's kind of faded back from chasing the spotlight. He's making soulful rap albums. He's collaborating with Alchemist and all these different soul producers and just wanting to rap on loops and boom bap shit, like, and bring his energy and his charisma and his ad libs and shit to it, but he ain't really trying to turn up no more. So a Kodak Black, although I'm not really a fan, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he kind of already has some of those elements in his music from time to time, but he just isn't rapping on boom bap,
old school hip hop joints, but there could be a day where we start seeing some of the niggas bring that kind of bounce to that, it might be interesting.
But since you wasn't really used to hearing a lot of the music that we really came in on, because it was flooded with a lot of the newer generation of how they go, you know what I mean? It might be on or something. Like, it might be, because listen, man, how they say that shit, what goes around comes around, and it might be coming back around. I heard baggy jeans is back in.
Shit, look at my shit.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
My shit
yeah,
tight.
I heard it's back in. I heard it's back in. You know what I mean? Shit, they kicked me out of the day. They told me to get skinny. So I went skinny, you know what I mean, for a minute and shit. Like, yo, I went so skinny, I had to get, some, girl, pull them shits off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, but now it's baggies. Make up your fucking mind, man. That's what I'm saying.
Man, this nigga Ghostface Killer is a 101, man. Nigga hilarious still to this motherfucking day. He said, hey, man, I switched up the flow. Y'all said we were supposed to go skinny. He said, I went so skinny, man. My girl had to help me get about these motherfuckers, man. Now y'all want to do baggy again? After I done made the switch, after it took me probably 10 years too long to even get over there? God damn. Let me pull up this motherfucking Eric Sermon clip. All right, so here is E-Double, the green-eyed bandit coming through, also giving his flowers to the Clipse and acknowledging their influence and inspiration. And you got to remember, the Clipse are younger than all these guys, although they're elder statesmen to us, and they, 48, 50 years old. These guys are even older than them, and they saluting for that energy that they receiving.
Isn't that so? I had to reflect and get things back into perspective. But I'm glad that the Clipse, y'all have to thank the Clipse, because even though Pete Rock and Common set it off, and you had people like Nas with the King Disease, the Clipse came at the right time for Raekwon to come, for Ghostface to come and make an impact. Hey Lexus, I love you. Dad loves you. And then and for the Mobb Deep to come, and then for dynamic duos to get heard. We needed the Clipse to do what they did at 52 and 48 years old. It don't matter how old you are. As you can see, if you make great material, then if y'all don't want to do it, then again, it takes us to do it. Exactly. So, and don't look at us about, we the only genre to be like, yo, how old you? Nah, nigga. They don't say old school Sting, old school Madonna, old school Paul McCartney, old school Cher. It's just Barbra Streisand. It's just the name. So enough of that. Stop hating. I'll be back soon. But don't forget, we have a date for Dynamic Duos, September. Apion Crockett, I need you. I need you for all my skits. So I can. All
right, so that's Eric Sermon talking about his upcoming album, Dynamic Duos. And I believe the Dynamic Duos album is actually going to have legendary hip-hop duos all being a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's from one himself with EPMD. I don't know, maybe there's enough material out there to get a feature from Mobb Deep. I don't know. And we're not probably going to get an Outkast on there, Fuck. But he's supposedly trying to get, the dynamic duos in hip-hop to come do records and features and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be locked in to see what Eric Sermon's working on, because he's always pushing boundaries. If y'all don't know, Eric Sermon was a big proponent for this platform called TrackLib, which made it easier for artists and producers to get their samples cleared. He was very instrumental in that process. He was trying to start a streaming company a couple years ago. I don't think that worked out because, the big fucking Apple, Spotify, all them niggas, they got that shit sewn up. He tried to fight it, though. You know what I mean? He tried to come in with his own thing. So he's always working on some shit. I think he was behind another, like a beat licensing platform, License Lounge. I know he had kind of like lended his likeness to them. That didn't go so well either, but it was a platform for producers to sell beats, and some people that were like reputable hip-hop producers had signed up on there. Like you had Scram Jones, you had, I think you could get Eric Sermon beats on there at one point. So he's always like keeping himself in the mix. Every venture may not work out perfectly, but he's not one of them niggas that's like, you know, antiquated and just like sitting around disgruntled and angry. He was one of the first niggas from the East Coast, as far as hip hop is concerned, to move to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I think he had like a rim shop or whatever where Tupac and like all the niggas used to like hang out at and shit. So he's always been a trendsetter, trailblazer. Shout out to Eric Sermon, man. I'll be checking it out if nobody else. But yeah, man, salute to everybody that's out here fucking with the Clipse, supporting the Clipse, showing up to the tour, supported the album, bought the album, still streaming the album, let God sort them out. Honestly, I would love for some more visuals to come out from the album. I would love like an official Mike Tyson blow to the face, because that's still my favorite joint. Like I know they had like the joint that was floating around before the album with the dude on a horse and shit, but I would love like a real music video for that too. And not to mention, they say they're going right back into the lab. Once the tour wraps, they're going right back in and trying to strike while the iron is hot. So I'm hoping that they can keep their momentum and do it again. So before we go, let's get into Kendrick Lamar and his contract being sealed by the judge in the UMG Drake case. Once again, your boy been busy, so I ain't been able to keep up with everything like as it's happening. But yeah, man, Jeanette Vargas issued her order. She says plaintiff and UMG's request ECF numbers 80 and 88 for permission to file under a seal contract between UMG Recordings Inc. and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, as produced by UMG in redacted form with the designation attorney's eyes only. The Lamar contract is granted. UMG has made a sufficient showing that the information that he seeks to seal qualifies as confidential, sensitive business information. The court therefore finds that in this instance, the interest in protecting confidential business information outweighs the qualified First Amendment presumption of public access. Additionally, because the Lamar contract reflects an ongoing contractual relationship between UMG's business partner and Lamar, the court agrees that sealing the contract would best protect UMG's business relationships and interests and the privacy interests of non-parties. Plaintiff is therefore authorized to file the Lamar contract under seal. The clerk of court is directed to terminate ECF number 80. So ordered. Okay? So anyone that thought Kendrick's contract was going to be leaking out or what have you, no, not going to happen. Okay? Now, I've also seen some chatter online about the prospect of Kendrick Lamar signing his new deal with Interscope, which of course is a subsidiary of UMG, just days before Euphoria came out. And some people are trying to use that as leverage to say that there must have been some backroom conversation about this beef and about how to attack Drake, right? Because, of course, Drake is saying that there was a conspiracy between Kendrick Lamar, Interscope, UMG, Lucian Grange, etc. to defame him, devalue him, and deface him from his throne. So there, I've been seeing people trying to throw this idea together. Recently, DJ Head came out and talked about this as well. So let me go ahead and pull that up. All right, and it's not just DJ Head. Elliot Wilson reacts to the news that Kendrick Lamar signed a record deal with UMG days before dropping his diss track towards Drake. This is the bigger picture, which of course consists of Elliot Wilson, Jeremy Hecht, and DJ Head. Let's get to this piece.
We find out that this nigga, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, signed a record deal with UMG days before dropping Euphoria. Like, come
August,
on, dog.
I think. So this is the timeline of it.
Come on, dog. What?
Like that dropped.
That's insane. He was waiting to get his business in order to fucking then go to battle with Drake and fucking demolish them. Like, that's insane. He out-strategized. Once again, he proved he out-strategized Drake. Drake thinks he's delaying him or he's stalling him because he's scared to put music out. Meanwhile, this guy's handling his business literally, getting this deal probably where he wants it to be, and getting all his affairs in order, and then came with the missile. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? That's the biggest thing to me. But that's insane.
Well, this is the timeline. Like that dropped.
We didn't know that till
March
this 22nd came out. I didn't know that. You knew that? You didn't tell us.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Do what? Sign a record deal right before you're about to engage with a battle with the biggest rapper of that company?
Okay, let's.
A new deal, because he's already in the system, but he structured a whole new deal.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up.
Yes,
let's talk facts that are publicly available.
Yes, okay.
Okay, love that.
Miss Morale and the Big Steppers, 2022.
Yeah.
Right? Before the album gets released, Dot drops okllama.com.
Yes.
On there, he drops a statement piece. Hey, this is going to be my last album
on the album.
TDE. Yep. I fulfilled my obligation, et cetera, et cetera. That's not verbatim.
Yeah.
Whatever. So now Dot is quote unquote a free agent.
Yes.
Right? Meaning he could play for whatever team he wants to play for or his own.
Yep.
Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar launch and announce PG Lang.
Yep.
It's its own imprint. It's its own entity. They then announce and debut a rapper named Baby Keem.
Drew the Sony system, if I remember right.
Through PG Lang, through
Sony system.
Correct.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. The Keem.
But again, there's some more music business for people who aren't in the music business and you don't understand how this shit fucking works.
Chuck's so down in the
They're not contract lawyers out there. I thought they were all like
you have a nation of contract lawyers.
Yeah, if you have an independent label imprint, I'm speaking on, let's use TDE for example. You might have a Rayvon and a SZA who signed TDE, but then they get distributed or signed off to a major label like RCA, right? Mm-hmm. But then you also have an artist like Schoolboy Q who's on Interscope.
Or Absol who isn't on.
Absol who's not on neither.
Yep.
Right? The label imprint itself is quote unquote what we call a production company. The production company is responsible for producing that artist. Once the artist is produced, then you can then upsell to another label for distribution or widespread purposes, right? So Absol is just TDE. SZA, Rayvon are TDE, RCA in the Sony system, right?
And Joey Badass is TD East. I'm just kidding. Keep going. I just had to.
Don't leave the top. August 29th, Joey Badass.
Keep going. Sorry.
That was a good one, though. That was a good one.
Schoolboy Q is signed to TDE through Interscope.
Yeah.
So PG Lang is its own production company.
PG Lang, I like that hat.
Akin and similar to TDE, in which they house and produce the artist. And then you can then move whatever artist to whatever entity you choose to do business with, right? So that being said, if Baby Keem is over here in the Sony system, Kendrick is still free and clear to do whatever he wants as Kendrick Lamar, the artist.
Wouldn't the assumption be that he was going to join the Sony system and put himself out through that system also? The assumption would be that because this is his own imprint, PG Lang.
See, you're confusing people again. No, PG Lang is the
he was signed and distributed stuff through his own label.
Because PG Lang is not beholden to Sony system.
They're not.
That's what I'm saying.
But he chose to not do his deal through his PG Lang thing. He chose to do his own separate deal directly to UMG instead of doing a deal through his imprint. Also, like the label I own, like Jay-Z on Rockefeller Records through Def Jam. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
He decided not to do that. Obviously,
right? Because PG Lang is just ancillary, right? Mm-hmm. So. Then, now that he's free and clear, he's a free agent, he can go to play for the Lakers, he can play for the Miami Heat, he can play for whoever he wants to play for. Why wouldn't you do a business deal, a record deal for distribution of your music before distributing music? I don't see why.
Well, you would, but if you are the other guy who's the star player on that team,
I think the thing that people are missing, and DJ Head, he described that very well. But the one thing he didn't mention is the people were not aware that Kendrick was technically a free agent since Mr. Morale came out. I think the perception was that he left TDE and was still working with UMG via Interscope for the 2 years leading up to Like That Euphoria, etc., the beef with Drake or whatever. I think all of us pretty much thought he was still housed with UMG, and he just, was like, all right, I fulfilled my contract with TDE. We can move forward. That's still fam, but we're over here now. You know what I mean? And what we're now, I guess, finding out is he wasn't in a rush to sign no paperwork. His catalog kept working, kept doing the work for him. He went off and toured, did that for like a year and a half or whatever it was that he did the Big Steppers tour. Came back and it was time to renegotiate, but we didn't know. We're not privy to all of these behind the scenes things, especially not for somebody like a Kendrick who doesn't announce every time that he goes out to eat, every time he takes a piss, every time he takes a shit, every time he looks in the mirror. He's not out here doing duck lips on his Insta story. You know what I mean? He's not like oversharing anything. So it's kind of like, all right, well, he must not have really changed too much. He just cutting them out. Now we're finding out that he was really just like chilling, as far as signing another deal, weighing his options, just playing it by ear. Like, hey man, let me get my strategy together. Let me get my shit together, But I think that's very interesting. And I know people are going to try to build a narrative around that. Like, oh yeah, because even Drake tried to build a narrative in his paperwork, basically trying to say that in order for Interscope UMG to court him into coming back to work with them and partner, was that they came up with this plan, this scheme to take out Drake. And that was basically, in Drake's idea, his estimation, the deciding factor to get with or to sign back with Interscope UMG, right? And they basically sold him on the idea of, we're going to show you just how massive we can make you. We're going to delete him and we're going to bot the fuck out of your music to show you just how big we can really make you the number one guy. That's Drake's allegations. I'll let them continue just a little bit more. We're not going to go the whole 10 minutes though.
And you see another guy come in right before he's about to go to a big one-on-one game with you that's televised, and he does a new deal. If you're the guy who's currently the star and the new star is coming onto the team, and this guy signs a deal and says, oh, we're going to put all our money behind you right now for the next year as you take on our biggest act, I see why he would be like, okay, this looks fishy.
Or because not everyone is as vain as everyone else, I'm going to do a new deal anyway because I like putting music out.
But the 3 days before the...
How do you know that the deal wasn't already in the works?
It just says, it says agreement with Kendrick Lamar dated April 27th, 2024.
But how do you know that? That's fine. If I sign to the bigger picture January 1st, we've had prior conversations.
Had talks before. Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
He's probably like, yo, if you want to button up this deal, I can do this independently, and it has.
So I have had conversations with, like, I have something I'm about to announce 2 or 3 things in the next month, right? These conversations
September.
It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen.
These conversations have been happening since February.
Yeah.
That's the way business works.
Yeah.
So for people to assume that, oh, this looks fishy because it's 3 days, and shut the fuck up. You know what the fuck you're talking about. When have you went in for a job interview, got hired that same day, got onboarded, went through HR process, and got all your paperwork squared away the same fucking day? That's stupid.
So the idea that people are saying, I guess they're speculating that signing Kendrick on the top of this thing was UMG choosing a side in the sense of favoring Kendrick as he was about to engage in this battle. That's what people are speculating.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People are saying that, and that's how it might look. The other thing, though, I do want to say, based on what your timeline was, is that we kind of had this.
The funny thing that I don't get is how people can embrace that side of it. But for the past, let's see, it's August now. Drake's petition debuted in November. So I would say for the past 10 months or so, if give or take, I've been saying Drake literally thought he was gonna do what he believes Kendrick did. Because remember, he allegedly has been up for renegotiation this whole time as well. And he knew his contract was up, or at least that's how he felt, because he doesn't feel like UMG is like conceding to his requests at this point. Well, he's up for renegotiation. He's allegedly presented them with the numbers to say, hey, it's time to re-up my contract because I've delivered on all of the agreements, all of the revenues, the benchmarks that we had set forth. I'm up for renegotiation. And you know what? Once and for all, I'm going to get this nigga Kendrick the fuck up out of here. I'm going to pack him out. I'm going to pack out Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So he gears up. He goes in the studio. He makes I ain't going to say 2 week songs. He makes 2 songs. Somehow he thinks that that's going to be the elimination. Because remember, he drops push-ups. At the end of push-ups, you get a sample of Family Matters. So clearly we know Family Matters, or at least an early version of Family Matters, was already premeditated. Now, of course, there were rebuttals on Family Matters, so things kind of got buttoned up and maybe got a few changes here and there. But he really thought he was going to eliminate that nigga in 2 rounds. Get this nigga the fuck out of here. And he dissed everybody. You know what I mean? Ross, Weeknd, ASAP, all these guys. He thought that was going to hold him over because he now felt like he was putting belt to ass. He like, fuck it, I'm going to go against the whole industry. 20v1, I'm going to show y'all I could spank 20 niggas, including Kendrick. This is going to be, I'm the future of hip-hop. Y'all niggas say my time is over. I got at least 5 more in me to whoop these niggas' ass. Y'all gonna give me the biggest deal ever. Y'all gonna give me damn near $1 billion. Y'all gonna give me equity in a company. Fuck all these niggas. I'm that real, right? That's how he viewed it. And then he lost. Horribly. And his whole world has been crashing down ever since. For you lame ass niggas want to come over here, you hating. Shut your dumb ass up. That's what happened. He lost. Horribly, inexplicably. He still can't figure out what the fuck happened to him, which is why he out here ASAP telling on shit he can't even tell about. This nigga don't even got details to be telling. And y'all be co-signing this shit. Y'all niggas, y'all know who y'all are. I'm not finna play with y'all niggas. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. And we gonna circle back to this nigga too, because we got to get to a couple other things showing just how lost in the sauce this motherfucker is. But we going to get there on the next one. I'm going to see y'all in a minute though. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.